Hello and welcome to today's 30-minute flow for post-work, post-office relief. When we sit in chairs all day, hunched over computers and desks, any sedentary job, it's so important to release the tension, open up the body, and just find a sense of peace after a chaotic day at work. So we're going to begin in a comfortable seated position and engage in some breath work here. So gently close your eyes and then take your right hand and place it at your belly and your left hand and place it at your heart. What I want you to do here is become conscious of the breath. On your inhales, I want you to feel the sensation of your chest and belly pressing against both your hands. Tune into that sensation, feeling your frontal body expand like a balloon and then decompress as you exhale. We're going to now take both our hands and move them to our side body, cupping both our ribs with our palms. From here, I want you to continue to consciously breathe, and on your inhales, become aware of the ribs pressing against your palms and what that sensation feels like. As you hold your lungs, actually feeling them expand with oxygen and then decompress out the carbon dioxide. What a miraculous process this is that keeps us alive. Now I want you to take the palms of your hands and place them on your lower back, mid-back region. And now breathe into your palms from your back. 360 breath. Our whole body breathes when we breathe. Everything expands, fills with life, prana, in yogi terms we call it the miracle of life. Go ahead now and just place your hands in this Gyan mudra atop your knees. The mudra sealing the index finger to the thumb, evoking wisdom and knowledge. Take one last breath, and then gently blink your eyes open, and let's make our way onto our hands and knees, and then finally atop our glutes with our knees pointed towards the sky, soles of the feet planted on the earth. Go ahead and place the palms of your hands on the ground, fingertips facing the front of the mat, and roll the shoulders back, really opening the heart and chest towards the sky. You can have a slight bend in your elbows here. Just pay attention to the opening effect across your collarbone. Chin slightly tilted towards the sky. Gaze can be neutral or slightly up. And just stay active, pressing the shoulders together. From here, root into the soles of the feet, squeeze the glutes, and find a reverse bridge. Send the head back if it feels good for you, opening the frontal body and hips even further. And then with control, gently release the body back down towards the ground. Find strength in your feet and your hands as you once more squeeze the glutes and press up, reverse bridge, open the neck, and then with control, go ahead and release the body back down, sending the hips back to meet the palms. Bring the soles of the feet together now in a butterfly position. Grabbing onto the toes with the fingers, roll the shoulders back, open the chest towards the sky. And then on the exhale, fold forward over your feet, coming down onto your elbows if it's within your practice, or you could just stay up, straight spine, whatever feels good. You can also grab a pillow here and relax your hands atop the pillow. Stay here and breathe into the hips. Breathe into the lower back. And on your next inhale, go ahead and return to a straight spine. Place your palms behind you once more. Soles of the feet back on the ground, knees pointed towards the sky. Squeeze the glutes and press back up into reverse bridge. An amazing pose to open the shoulders after a long day at work. Once more, drop the hips down to meet the palms. Bring the soles of the feet together in a butterfly pose. Once more, inhale, open the chest, pull forward. And then exhale, bow down towards the ground, forehead reaching for the toes. Try to go even deeper here, really getting into the hips, a part of our body that incurs a lot of damage from sitting in a chair all day. It's so important to increase flexibility and mobility in that area. On our next inhale, let's go ahead and come up, and then what you're going to do here is move the soles of your feet a little bit further away from your body. Grab onto the left ankle with the right hand, and grab onto the right ankle with the left hand, creating this cross at the wrists. From here, I want you to gently lift the left arm up towards the sky, allowing the gaze to follow until it reaches all the way back towards the back of your mat in this gentle twist. Getting into the lumbar spine here, the cervical spine, and then go ahead and reach that left hand back towards the right ankle, once again following it with your gaze. Let's switch sides. Right hand up towards the back of the mat, twist, and then gaze follows as the right hand goes back up towards the sky and then reaches over back towards the left ankle. Excellent. Let's do that once more. Left hand rises, gaze follows, and continues to the reaching the back of the mat like someone is pulling you back. Bring it back forward, rotating through the shoulder joints, and then switch sides. Right arm goes up and back, twist, and then follow your gaze, watching the fingertips as they move through this half circle back towards the left ankle. Excellent work, guys. Let's go ahead and cross at the ankles. Come over top of the feet, or however you'd like to get to all fours position on our mat. From here, drop down onto your elbows, and we're going to engage in some gentle cat-cows from this pose. So inhale, find a cow, drop the belly. Exhale, suck the belly in, curve the spine, drop the head. Inhale again, cow pose. Exhale, find cat. Linking movement with breath here, guys. Moving fluidly through the spine. Feeling it a little bit in your shoulders. Getting into the neck. Continue to move with your own breath at your own pace. Last round here. And then finally sink your hips a little bit further back. Release onto your palms, drop the sternum towards the mat, finding puppy pose. An amazing shoulder opening stretch, opening the frontal body. You'll find this pose especially amazing and really feeling good if you were looking down at your phone or doing any work. Let's go ahead and walk our palms back towards our knees, sit back onto the heels, coming into hero's pose. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. Release the head. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's come all the way up onto our knees, finding cactus arms. And then inhale, arms up once more. Exhale, drop the left hand towards the left foot, half camel. If reaching down for your left ankle is too much for you, remember to just hold on to the left side of your lower back with that left palm. Let's switch sides here. Again, either having your right hand against your right lower back or reaching down towards your ankle, stretching that left hand towards the sky. Let's create a little flow out of this. Inhale, left hand to left ankle. Open the chest. Exhale, switch sides. Inhale, right hand to right ankle. Exhale, switch sides. This time, inhale, arms all the way up, and exhale, full camel pose with either both hands on your lower back, pressing the hips forward, chest opening towards the sky, or dropping into full camel pose, grabbing onto both ankles with both hands, releasing the neck, opening the chest in this amazing back bend. To come out of it, being very careful with the spine, go ahead and place your hands on your lower back and gently press up. Neck is the last thing to come up. And then let's neutralize the spine by finding a quick child's pose. Resting the upper body atop the thighs. One final breath here. And then gently walk the hands back towards the body. Place the hands behind you and flip over your feet to come onto your glutes, legs straight out in front of you. You can move a little bit forward on your mat in case you were off of it like I was. And then we're going to reach the left leg straight out, right knee bent with the right foot on our left inner thigh. Reach the left arm forward towards the left toes, ankle, shin, whatever you can grab onto. And then reach the right arm up towards the sky, bending towards the left, opening the right side body, and rotating the shoulders so that you stay straight and long across the collarbone, really opening the side body while also getting into the hamstring. Breathe, stay with the breath. Go ahead now and come all the way up. Grab onto the right knee with the left hand and place the right hand behind you at your lower back. Coming into a gentle twist once more, look over your right shoulder. Look towards the back of the mat, breathing into the spine. Excellent. Go ahead and come back facing forward. Keep the right hand where it is. You can place it a few inches behind you though if it feels good. And what we're going to do is come into a light back bend here by pushing the hips forward, coming up onto the right knee, left toes stay pointed, and reach the left hand behind you. This is a modification of Wild Thing pose. You can drop the neck and start rotating out the wrist in both directions, just getting into that joint. Excellent. Let's go ahead and release back down, gently with control. And then we're going to just switch legs here. So bring the left foot in, right leg goes out, sole of the left foot on the inside of the right thigh. And then go ahead and reach for those right toes with the right hand, either stopping at your ankle, shin, or thigh. Rotate both shoulders forward, keeping them square, and then open the left arm towards the sky, bending towards the right, breathing into that left side body. You should feel it all along the side of your body, getting a good stretch into that area. Let's go ahead and release the left hand now. Grab onto the left knee with the right hand behind you, twist towards the left, looking over that left shoulder. Breathe into this gentle twist. Before now coming forward, squaring out the shoulders. Keep the left hand where it is and push the hips up. Coming up onto the left knee, right leg stays straight, reaching backwards with that right hand. Drop the neck if it feels good for you, and just start rotating that right wrist joint in one direction and then switching directions. Opening up the frontal body and the hips, feeling good and graceful in this amazing back bend. Go ahead with control, release it back down. Bring the right foot back towards the body. Flip over your ankles, coming into all fours position, and then immediately into a high plank. From high plank, we're going to hold for just a breath, and then release with control the entire body towards the mat. Slide the hands forward, elbows underneath the shoulders, opening into Sphinx pose. Active through the fingertips, you're pulling back to open the chest even further. And then let's engage into some nice neck rolls here, going in one direction, and then switching directions, releasing tension in our neck, until finally opening the chin towards the sky, opening the frontal neck. Amazing. Push into those elbows, send the hips up, plant the palms, curl the toes, and let's find downward dog. Another gentle inversion pose, rushing blood to the brain, allowing it to heal, bring plenty of oxygen. We use the brain so much today, it's time to just let it relax. Go ahead and inhale up onto your tippy toes and crawl forward towards the front of your mat into a forward fold. Find ragdoll arms grabbing onto either elbow and just sway from side to side, getting into those hamstrings, allowing the neck to just totally release, totally relax. Not holding up the head at all, but allowing gravity to pull it towards the ground, releasing the lower back. If it's within your practice, you can find a clasp behind your shins and draw the forehead even further towards the knees, making sure that you're hinging at the hips, not from the lower back. Let's inhale, come all the way up, reach the hands up towards the sky. Exhale the hands down towards your heart. Take a moment to find gratitude. And then once more, inhale the arms up towards the sky, and exhale, dive forward, finding a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, go ahead and step the right foot all the way towards the back of your mat. Drop the right knee. Inhale, low lunge. Reach the arms up towards the sky, and then just start rotating the shoulders, reaching them back and forward, getting some movement in that shoulder joint, encouraging blood flow. And then go ahead and switch directions. Remember, it's okay if you lose your balance here. This is a challenging pose, so at any point you need to reach the fingertips towards the ground, please do so. From here, bring them back towards the sky. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, you're going to send the hips back with your arms, coming into a flying runner's lunge. Once again, if you lose your balance here, don't worry, just come right back and join me. Inhale, we're going to come back into low lunge. Exhale, flying runner's lunge. Point the left toes towards the sky. Inhale once more, low lunge. Exhale, moving with the arms, moving with the breath into runner's lunge, pressing the chest forward. Excellent. Inhale, low lunge. And then go ahead and release the palms, frame out the left foot, and then float the left knee off the ground and send it straight behind you, stacking left hip atop right hip, coming into a side plank variation with the left leg straight out behind you, left toes are flexed. Once more, this is a really challenging balance pose, so engage your core, squeeze the obliques, and if it's within your practice, reach that left arm behind you and grab onto the left ankle, coming into a half bow. Opening up the hip, opening the front body. Release at any time you feel like you're losing balance here, but if you want to challenge yourself, join me there. Go ahead and release the left ankle if you had grabbed onto it. Drop the left hand towards the ground, square out the shoulders and the hips, drop the left foot to meet the right, come into plank, and then drop the belly towards the ground. Inhale, find cobra. Exhale, send the hips back, curl the toes, downward dog. Awesome. Inhale up onto your tippy toes and tippy toe towards the front of your mat once more, coming into a forward fold. We're going to go into the other side here. So drop down into this fold. You can grab onto your big toe and pull yourself even further this time. And then inhale, moving through the spine, come all the way up. Reach the hands towards each other above the head. And then exhale, bring them down towards your heart. Take a cycle of breath in Samastiti, mountain pose. And then on your next inhale, sink your hips down, sweep the fingertips against the ground and find chair pose. Exhale, hands towards your heart, fold. Inhale once more, come up into chair pose, hips sink down, weight in your heels. And then let's move into a flow. Exhale, come up onto your tippy toes, airplane arms. Inhale, chair. Exhale, tippy toes in chair pose, airplane arms. Working on our balance here. One more time. Inhale, chair. And exhale, forward fold. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, and this time step back in with your left leg. Coming into low lunge, drop the left knee into the ground. Inhale, arms up. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, grab onto your left wrist with your right hand and lean towards the right, opening the left side body. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale, grab onto your right wrist with your left hand and lean over towards the left, getting into the right side body. Awesome. Inhale, come back to center, and on the exhale, send the hips back, airplane, runner's lunge. Awesome. Inhale, come forward, low lunge. Let's get into our flow, linking movement with breath. Exhale, airplane the arms, runner's lunge. Remember, at any point, if you need to float the fingertips onto the ground as we move through this flow, you are always welcome to do so. Last one. Exhale, runner's lunge, squeezing the shoulder blades. And then inhale, find low lunge once more, arms up to the sky. And then exhale, frame out that right foot. We're going to find our supported side plank on this side now. I'm going to just flip around on my mat here so I'm facing you guys. You can stay exactly where you are. Gently lift the right foot, kick it all the way back. Stack the hips on top of each other, stack the shoulders. Engage the core as you reach the right arm towards the sky. Allow it to come over the right ear. And hold this modified side plank. Or you can go ahead and bend your right knee, reach the right arm behind you, and try to grab onto your right foot, getting in a quad stretch. Opening through the front body, allowing all the wiggles and shakes to happen, making you stronger. And then go ahead and release if you are holding onto your ankle or foot. Inhale, grow long. And then exhale, release the right hand to meet the left. Square out the hips and the shoulders, and go ahead and find plank pose. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga down towards the ground. Inhale, cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. Let's stay in downward dog for a cycle of breath. And then inhale up onto your tippy toes and tippy toe towards the front of your mat, finding a forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up, reach the hands up above your head, and exhale them down towards your heart. We're going to get into some hip strengthening exercises here. So we're going to inhale and reach our right knee towards our chest, keeping our hands in prayer pose. Flex the right foot. Go ahead now and grab onto the right knee and either hug it towards your chest and stay here in this first version, or release the knee and kick out the right foot straight out in front of you, engaging that right hip, really strengthening it, trying to get it parallel to the ground. You can go as high as you can. Everything works. Then go ahead and kick that right foot behind you about 3/4 of the way and find pyramid pose, folding over the front leg, the left leg. Adjust if you need to, fold from the hips, opening the hamstrings, reaching your forehead towards your knee or shin. Breathe into the hamstring. Breathe into the parts of your body that you feel tension. Just allow it all to release. Stay present. And then go ahead and inhale, come all the way up. Place your hands in prayer at your heart. Bend into that left knee. And you're going to spring forward, pulling that right knee towards your chest once more. A little balance pose here. Perfect. Now we're going to cross the right knee atop the left. Try and hook the ankle, finding eagle legs. Sink deep into the hips. If all you can do is cross the knees over top of each other, that's perfectly fine. One day you'll get to being able to cross your ankles as well. Sink low, keep your hands in prayer, and then go ahead and come all the way up and release. Awesome. Inhale the arms up, and exhale, bring them down towards your heart. Let's switch sides here, shifting the weight to the right foot. Go ahead and inhale, bring the left knee up towards the chest, encouraging mobility in that hip. And then go ahead and grab onto that left knee and squeeze it towards your chest. Stay here if this is as far as you can go. Or if you'd like to release that knee, bring your hands to prayer and kick the left knee out, trying to get it parallel to the ground. Let's go ahead and do so. Flexing the left foot, feel strong through the quad, strong through the hip, strong through our standing leg. And then go ahead now and swing it backwards, planting it about 3/4 of a way, coming into pyramid pose on this side. Bending forward over that right leg, reaching our hands towards the ground. Remember, you can also use blocks here if you need to bring the ground closer to your hands. Identify the points where you are holding the most tension and really breathe into those areas. Inhaling as you go deeper, exhaling, letting it all go. Let's go ahead and come all the way back up, hands at the heart in prayer. Take a bend in that right knee and spring forward, reaching that left knee towards the chest. Crossing that left knee over the right and sinking low in the hips, coming into eagle pose. Trying to hook that ankle onto the back of the right ankle. Engaging the core, finding stability. Squeezing and compressing, allowing blood flow to move throughout the legs. And then go ahead and untwist the legs. Bring the left knee back up and then gently plant it beside the right. Awesome. Inhale, big stretch all the way up. And exhale, let's sink the hips and make our way onto the ground. Rolling onto our backs and bringing our knees into our chest, into a tiny little ball. Go ahead now, and we're going to open the knees to either side of our body. Grab onto the outsides of the feet and find our happy baby pose. Getting into the hip and groin area. You can rock back and forth or stay in stillness, keeping attention where you feel you need to release. We're going to now cross our right knee atop the left and get into supine cow legs. So lying down, we're going to find cow pose by crossing the right knee over the left knee and grabbing onto either ankle with our hands and drawing the ankles both apart and down, feeling it in our glute area. So by grabbing onto both ankles, we are both applying pressure to bring them closer to the ground and further apart. This should feel really good in our outer hip region. We're going to move into a gentle twist here, so you can either keep the right folded over the left or allow the legs to be parallel to each other and drop them towards the right side, whichever feels good. Reach the left arm towards the left, gaze towards the left, finishing off class with some gentle twists to release tension in the spine, allow the mid-back to relax, and promote healthy detoxification in the digestive system. Let's float our legs back up and switch sides here, crossing the left knee over top the right, grabbing onto either ankle and trying to pull those ankles apart from each other as we stretch the outer hip sciatic area. Great stretch for the muscles that we sit on all day. Stay present here in the final minutes of class. Focus on the breath. Focus on your areas of tension and what you'd like to release. Let's now drop the legs towards the left, either keeping them in a twisted position or stacking knees and ankles atop each other. Reach the right arm out towards the right, gaze towards the right, creating multiple twists in the body, relaxing and slowing down after a busy day that created a busy mind. It's time to still the mind and get ready for rest. Let's stay here for another cycle of breath. And then gently float your legs back towards center. And let's prepare for our final pose, Shavasana. By reaching the legs straight out in front of us, taking up space, arms splayed out on either side. Allow the earth to carry you, to hold you. Feel like you're melting into the floor. Stay focused on the breath. And everything we practiced at the beginning of class. Remembering to breathe into all sides of your body, feeling their subtle rise and fall as you take in oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. We'll stay in this stillness for a minute longer before concluding class. Let's start wiggling our fingers and toes, coming back to the body, stretching your arms atop your head, and then bringing your knees in, placing them on one side. Gently push yourself up into a seated position. From here, we'll take one final breath together. Inhaling our arms up towards the sky. And exhale, bringing them down towards our heart. Take a moment to send yourself gratitude. I'm so grateful for you joining me here today on the mat, and I hope to see you in my future classes. The light in me forever honors the light that exists in you. Namaste. I hope this flow left you feeling rejuvenated and allowed your body to really relax and stretch after a chaotic work day. If you're interested in starting your yoga journey but don't know where to start, and you want to learn all about the poses, the names, and really dive into the history, I encourage you to check out my 21-day yoga challenge. The link is available in my caption. Thank you again.